I'm at the Toronto Botanical Gardens and actually Edward Gardens. There's kind of two sites right on the same huge property at Leslie Avenue and Lawrence Avenue East in kind of North Toronto. And these are outdoor gardens, unlike Allen Gardens, where I did a video a few weeks ago, which were indoor greenhouses. These are outdoor gardens, and there's apparently a lot of them. And this is, asked which way to go. This is apparently like the starting garden, so kind of leads you into the other ones. Beautiful. It is really hot here today. The past few days in Toronto have been like crazy hot, like 30-35 degrees, and humid, as it generally is when it gets hot. In Toronto it gets humid as well. It's interesting. The dialogue between light, environment, and spatial storytelling. So admission to the gardens is actually free. You pay for parking, which is $4 an hour. But yeah, the garden part itself is free, no admission. And this is located, it's not in downtown at all. It's, like I mentioned, kind of in North Toronto, kind of where Toronto meets North York almost. But it'd be a good, if you're looking for some greenery and to get out of the chaos of downtown. This is easy to get to. I mean, you can drive if you have a car, or there would be public transportation, although it wouldn't be, the subway doesn't come up this far, so you'd be on probably buses. So looks like the Toronto Botanical Gardens part is kind of compact and really manicured, and then maybe the Edward Gardens is a bit more like a bigger kind of space. A lot of shade here in a hot day like this. This is a great place to come to. I'm always looking for green spaces in cities. I find most cities that have become livable cities, there's always big parks or some type of green area, because if not, it just gets so overwhelming with like the concrete everywhere. This part is Edward's Garden, so they're like right beside each other. It's actually tough to know where one starts and the other one ends. Edward's Gardens looks really beautiful. As I mentioned, the Toronto Botanical Gardens is much more kind of compact site. Edward Gardens is more of like a big park. Wow, what a beautiful spot. I don't think I've ever been here before. A lot of the places in Toronto I've been to at some point, and then the ones I really like I tend to revisit, especially if I want to film a video at them. Wow, stunning place. Definitely has some Japan vibes here. Quite tranquil here too. It's extremely hot, so I imagine a lot of people are not outdoors today. They're looking for some air conditioning. So potentially that's why it's quieter than usual. I'm not sure. Although it is a big space, so I think it can absorb a lot of people kind of hiking around and doing their own thing. Super picturesque though. Wow. Definitely feel like I'm in Japan, kind of. It's not really necessarily styled after a Japanese garden, but there are a lot of kind of maples, and it just has that vibe to it. Again, I mentioned there's definitely a fair bit of shade here. So even though it's an unbelievably hot day, a lot of the park is shaded. So many little paths and kind of little hidden little benches, and wow, what a great spot. Making these YouTube videos has brought me to so many interesting places. Some of them I wouldn't have gone to if I wasn't looking for a video idea. Like this one. Actually, I always like to do a little bit of research on where I'm going before I get there. And this one mentioned it's open 365 days a year. So obviously the look in the winter here is gonna be a lot different than today, which is 30 degrees Celsius. There's so many different kind of feelings to this park. If you're into parks, I did also do a video about a month ago, approximately, a bit more, about High Park, which is the biggest park in Toronto. It's 400 acres, and it's kind of really quite close to downtown, whereas this one is, again, kind of where Toronto meets North York along Leslie Avenue. I feel like I almost have this park to myself, and I'm guessing it's because of the heat. On a weekend when it's not quite so hot, I'm sure there's a lot of people come through this park. It's a great place. Lots of shaded areas, so you can you could have a picnic here. You could just chill, relax, read a book, or you can kind of look at a much more higher density of plants in the Toronto Botanical Gardens part, where it's yeah, I mean, a lot of gardens kind of really close to each other. The Edwards Gardens, where I am now, is just really much larger and kind of more of a traditional park. But it's a great mix of kind of trails through the forest, in the garden. Oh, there's a butterfly. Guessing during the weekend around this time of year, actually wedding season, there's gotta be so many people probably come here to take wedding photographs. Be a great place, and there's a lot of space too, so kind of not bumping up with lots of other people. The teaching garden has a series of permanent garden areas designed for children's interests, as well as large plots. Harvest organic vegetables that are donated to a local food bank. Sounds like a good idea. Please do not take the produce. Fair enough. Toronto Botanical Garden. Pretty dense, kind of jungle looking forest here. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this spot. I thought I had been to almost everywhere in Toronto as far as attractions, but I had never come here. This is a type of place that's great, as in you can kind of spend however much time you want here. Like, you could for sure hang out here all day if you wanted, if you brought food, water, etc. Or you could just come for half an hour, go for a hike, check out the main gardens right at the start if you want to do some reading about plants. But yeah, the more I walk, the more I kind of discover. And it's interesting that it's all sorts of different terrain. Of the path through the forest, and you also have more like roads like this. Not even sure where Edward Garden starts and Toronto Botanical Gardens ends. Doesn't really matter, it's all beautiful. You got cycling trails here. Welcome to Wilkett Creek Park. Yeah, it's just kind of one park after another. It is unbelievably humid here. Holy cow. GoPro keeps on shutting off because it says it's too hot, and I can attest to that. It certainly is hot. It's the humidity though, always in Toronto, which is the worst part. The heat is one thing, it's just crazy humid. I think all the people who are actually outside today in Toronto are probably at Woodbine Beach and some of the other beaches in the city. It is really, really hot. That's a beautiful view. Yeah, very impressive property here. Wow, that's a massive tree straight ahead. So tranquil, beautiful here. This is a really great time of year to come here too. Everything is bloomed and is in all its natural splendor. Just to cool off in here. Look for this structure if you're looking for some shade and cool down a little bit. Definitely bring water if you're coming here in summer. That tree is just a monster. It's kind of grown into 3 or 4 different trees. So many cute little well-designed little paths here. Love it. Yeah, I think if you're having a bad day, maybe you need time to think or something, come and check out this spot. There's just so many interesting little paths and seating areas. For sure, you'll leave here feeling refreshed and happier than when you came here, I would say. Well, I'm really glad that I came to this site, Toronto Botanical Gardens and Edwards Gardens. So naturally beautiful, calming. It's a beautiful spot. Wow, very impressed. The more you walk here, the more you discover. It's all beautiful. It's all great. You got this big parking lot, although I was when I was reading reviews, I guess it does get full. Today it's not full. The reviews are overwhelmingly positive of here, and I understand why. It's beautiful, a great spot. The one thing that people did mention is the parking lot can get full, and I could see that because today it's fairly quiet here, and it's even so the lot's kind of about half full. So it's Lawrence Avenue East. Just to my right is Leslie Avenue. 2 main streets in kind of Toronto and North Toronto. And they are filming a movie here, as is often the case in and around Toronto.